In today's Medical Watch, a new book helping create a life that reflects your goals, values, and needs. Wellness Reimagined, a holistic approach to health, happiness, and harmony is on sale today. Author Erin Clifford joins us with more on redefining what wellness means to each of us. She's a lawyer, a businesswoman, and a counselor with a unique perspective to write our manual for life. And as I was reading this, that's exactly what I thought. This is the manual that we need. Down to what I thought was really profound in the beginning, you define wellness. Such a simple word, but it's critical how we define it.
It's so critical. And you know, wellness is different for all of us. But I think when we think of wellness, we have to understand it's not just our physical health. It's also our mental, our emotional, our spiritual wellness too.
So when we talk, you know, a lot of people talk about exercise, and you mentioned in the book that your mother did those Jane Fonda tapes, which I did, by the way, in college. But now I think things pop up on social media all the time. If you're this age, you should do this. But one thing that you point out is it's not one size fits all. We really have to figure out who we are. So how do we begin that?
You know, I think a good way to begin that is really thinking about, you know, what are your values and your priorities at this time in your life? You know, you mentioned exercise. If I am a busy working mom, I only have so much time in the day. So I'm going to want to pick an exercise plan that actually works for me because, as you mentioned, there are so many different ways to be fit and healthy.
And one of the things I think is so interesting is you have a worksheet to figure out. I think sometimes we don't even know what our values are till we take the time to think about ourselves and think about what we want for ourselves. And you give all these great questions for how to do that.
And I really wanted to make this book something like you could walk through for yourself. You know, not everybody has their own coach or counselor. So how can you use this book as a tool to really figure out how you want to live your life and what kind of wellness program you want to create?
And I think for a lot of us, it means eating well. And you admit in the book that that was really one of the most difficult chapters to write. Tell me about how you arrived at the best advice for all of us on eating well.
Yeah, you know, eating is something I've struggled with since I was young. I think a lot of people struggle with it. And I think one thing that we forget about is eating isn't just about our physical health. It's also about our emotional health. You know, how many times do we eat? Whenever we celebrate, right, we eat together. If we're sad or stressed out, we have a tendency to eat. So you need to pick a way of eating that encompasses all of that and you can actually do consistently. If you're going to try a eating plan that you're like, well, maybe I could do it for a month or two, that's not the right thing for you.
You mentioned stress. We all have it in varying degrees, and you can't get rid of it. But I think it's so interesting that you talk about the different ways to manage it, and those are different for different people.
Exactly. You know, some people love to meditate or they like to do breathing exercises. Other people like to journal, practice gratitude. One of the things I love to do with my clients, what did you like to do as a kid? Did you like to draw? Did you like to paint, play a certain sport? Bringing all of these things in can really de-stress us.
And stress prevents us from sleeping, which of course diminishes our health. And you talk about all these great ideas for making a plan to be able to sleep well. And I don't think we ever realize that we have to be methodical about our approach to sleep.
We really do. You need to figure out what's your wind down routine, what's going to work for you. And you know, we always hear, you know, don't have screens or devices late at night. Okay, what are you going to replace that with? Do you want to meditate? Do you want to listen to a relaxing podcast? Do you want to read a book? What is it that's going to work for you? And also appreciating your wake up routine is just as important as your sleep routine. If you're hitting that snooze button every day, you're not just getting up and out of bed, not only does it impact your overall circadian rhythm and sleep, but it's not setting you up for success during the day.
So as I was reading this, I thought to myself, this is not a book you read once. I mean, was this your intention to have this sort of be a guide that we return to? I mean, I found myself highlighting certain things as I was going through. Is that what you wanted?
That was my intention. And my intention was also, you know what, we change as we go through life, as different things happen for us. So you can always pick this up as an evergreen book and it can kind of help guide you along the way. And if you're like, you know what, I'm really into working on my exercise right now or my nutrition, but down the road, once you get get that going, you want to look at your mindfulness. This is a tool that you can revisit time and time again.
I'm curious how long it took you to put this together, because there is a tremendous amount of research that went into this.
There is. And I really wrote this, I feel like research-wise over the past decade, but when I actually sat down and put it together, it was about 2 years.
Oh my goodness. Well worth it, and it will help us for years to come. Erin, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
So you can check out more at wellnessreimaginedbook.com. We will also have a link on our website at wgntv.com/midday. We'll be right back.